constant.
Yeah.
I was like, just step back, and yeah, you've been working for a 20-hour day, but then when you go get a cup of tea, just look at your environment, and it's like it's either this or an office all day long, or something that could be, you could just like strip everything that you love about yourself away from you.
Yeah.
Or do you want to be exhausted but looking out and there's a film camera and there's a crew and there's actors and there's like this amazing stuff happening?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I sound like I miss it. I really do sometimes. But those experiences were great. But I did make the right choice because I think I'm happier now doing what I do than I was then.
Completely. So you're working essentially part-time as an usher and hoping to be more full-time as a freelancer, but that's kind of, you then, at what point did you kind of go, right, actually, I'm really enjoying the bit that I'm doing part-time and not enjoying so much the sitting around chasing work, or, you know.
It was, I think it started to, well, bills started to come in and I wasn't going for the freelance work as much, so I started to pester the management at the cinema, like, can you give me any extra shifts? I'd put my name on the board, I would just be in there as much as I could. But then I also obviously I'd met the owner and the general manager of the place, and just got talking to them, but very much, I mean, he still says it to this day, like the way that when I first started and he was there, I just walked into the office, not like barged in or anything, but just I walked in and introduced myself, just because it's polite, like to me it's just been polite, and he said like, oh, not a lot of people do just come in and say hello, you know, I'm the boss and everything else. I said, no. So built up kind of a nice early rapport from my days from the start. And then there's members of the team left, and there was I was like, I really like doing this. What more can I do? But there's not more, you know, it's a small team, small venue. But yeah, as people started to leave, I was like, can I do a little bit of what they did? Can I do a little bit of what they did? And slowly take little pieces of people's
gradually killing off the rest of the team.
One by one at those all-night horror movie marathons. So and I never knew that film programming was something that existed. Like, I know it sounds weird, but knowing that there was someone making decisions of those, you just think like a film comes out, it goes in a cinema. It's not something
you think about, obviously, it's just...
Because you just take it for granted, like films are in cinemas. But once I was opened up to this, there are people who sit down, make these decisions, spend their own time watching as much as they can to get a greater understanding, learning about audience to try and both give films that you think that they would like and also ones that they do want. It blew me away. Like, it was something that when I learned about that and I started to look around London and really pay attention to what was going on rather than just sort of plugging into it when it sort of suited me.
Of course.
I was like, I want to do more of this. I want to do more of this. And then the boss was like, bring me one event, bring me one thing, and we'll see how you do, see if you like it. So I put on a film called No Fun City, which is a documentary set in Vancouver, and it's about the punk and hardcore music scene and it being driven out of the city due to gentrification.
Right, yeah.
And this was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the topic's still relevant to today.
Yeah, of course.
But I just, randomly, I was in Vancouver whilst they were filming, and a few people I'd met there said, I told them that I worked in film and a bit of the cinema stuff, and they said, oh, you should be in touch with these people. So I got and found them, stayed in touch. They gave me the film. They're like, yeah, we'll do a premiere. We'll screen it at Prince Charles. That sounds great. Anything else you want to do? I was like, you know what? If we're gonna put on a film about punk and hardcore music, which is the scenes that I grew up in, can't not have music present, live music present.
Yeah, of course.
And I still don't know how I convinced the boss to do this. But before the film, I had a 2-piece noisecore band called Championship Hardcore Fighters play in our bar.
Play in the bar,
so
fantastic.
If you've never been to the Prince Charles, our bar has a capacity of maybe 30 to 40 comfortably.
Yeah. It's tight down there.
It's real tight at the quietest of times.
Yeah.
So I put a 2-piece noisecore band in there. And then we showed the film. Then after it, had a band called Shield Your Eyes, a London band. It's still going and they're amazing. And they played after. And so I structured this event, pitched it to him. He was like, yeah, that sounds fun. Which is one thing that always drives kind of behind the scenes of the cinema. Is like, what's fun? Like, if you're going to bring us an event, if it's fun, then usually, like 9 times out of 10, they're up for giving it a go.
Yeah.
I mean, we take ourselves seriously around the programme, but also fun is kind of also in this market. You want to have fun.
Well, that's what I think. That's what has always appealed to me with the Prince Charles is the feeling of the fun element there makes it not some exclusive
like it's community.
Film nerd club. You know, I love the Curzon and things like that, but that feels very much like you're going there and it's a serious time and you need to really take some time to take in these serious, deep films, whereas the Prince Charles will have a lot of great independent cinema, great world cinema, but they'll also have a Mean Girls quote along. And if you don't know, Mean Girls is one of the best films ever made. It's just not this super uber indie credible thing.
Yeah, I think it's just striking a balance. So we will show, 95% of the films we show are meant to be seen as they're meant to be seen. You sit quietly and you watch.
Completely, yeah.
But we like to have fun. So at the weekends we do have interactive events, and we're the home of the sing-along, and we do these interactive
Which again
events.
is another thing that's blown up more and more now, but it was really always associated with Prince Charles. The sing-alongs, the all-nighters and things like that were all things I kind of see as the Prince Charles being, I don't know, it's hard to say the originator of, because I'm sure it's hard to gauge who did what first, but I think it's certainly the home of a lot of those things.
Yeah, making cinema fun and interactive in that within the only environment that films were shown then. Now that you can see films in so many different ways, but back then it was at home on your TV or in a cinema. So that sing-along thing was about trying to take that home, how you would with your mates experience it, and take it and have it with 300-500 people in a cinema. So,
again, it feels like I'm nerding it.
This piece of fiction is the intro to Distraction Pieces. This piece of fiction is the intro to Distraction Pieces. This piece of